Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing volume 1 in the series No Matter How I Look at It, It's You Guys' Fault, I'm Not Popular by Nico Tanigawa. And right off the bat, I just wanted to say that I have read this series before. I read 1 through, I believe, volume 16 before I left a different library district and moved into my current library district, which doesn't have this series, so I'm having to order it from the library. However, I haven't read this in a couple years, so I wanted to backtrack and reread the series because I remember loving it a lot, and I also hadn't finished the series, so I would like to finish the series this read through. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. If you are not familiar with the series and you're thinking of picking it up, I want to give you a couple warnings right off the gate, or right up front. And that is, first, I promise it does lighten up. The first couple volumes, especially maybe like the first 9 volumes, are kind of hard-hitting and they are a little depressing and a little, not super dark, but a little dark. So the main character in this series, who is the girl on the cover, is Tomoko Kuroki. She is a young girl at the beginning of volume 1. She is in middle school, but then she goes to high school because she is making her high school debut and she knows all about being in high school. She plays a lot of more erotic games. She's done a lot of dating sims and she knows exactly what she's going to be, which is a popular high school girl. And she is going to kick ass in this new environment and be super popular. Well, to just sum it up, I think the blurb on the back of the book does a really good job. It says, Tomoko Kuroki naturally assumed she'd be popular when she got to high school, but then cold, hard reality swooped in for attack. Turns out all the popularity points she'd racked up in her video game dating sims are worth squat in real life, and Tomoko's far from prepared to navigate high school. So this book is really a view into what it's like to be in high school, starting out in a new environment, dealing with social isolation, so not having any friends, loneliness, and just being a teenage girl who all the hormones of puberty are still raging through your body, but done in a way that doesn't feel creepy. I feel like this could have easily taken a very creepy turn, but as someone who's been there and done that, I think it was just done very, very well. I think anyone who reads this series who had an embarrassing moment in life is going to relate to this series. Even if there was never a stage where you were as low as Tomoko is, which in the first couple volumes, Tomoko really does bottom out and hit her lowest points where she really doesn't have anyone. And that's something I'm aware of, and it's something I want you to be aware of, to know that it does get better. But anyone who has had a moment where they've been in a new environment, a new school, you go to high school, you go to middle school, you go to college, you go to a new city, and you don't have any friends, and you have that feeling that everyone's having more fun than you, and you're the one who's out, and you're the odd one out, and anyone who's also had any embarrassing moment in school, anyone who lays awake at night and thinking about that one dumb thing they said in 7th grade math that they thought was going to impress someone but didn't. And let's be honest, all of us have been there. All of us have done something embarrassing that we just think about at night when we can't sleep. If you haven't done something embarrassing that you still think about at night when you can't sleep, then this series might not be for you. But almost everyone else has had a situation in life where they've been lonely, where they haven't had, or they felt like they haven't had any friends, where they've done something embarrassing, where they wish they could change something. And ultimately, as someone who's read this series, I know this is going to go the route where Tomoko is going to learn that she doesn't have to emulate anybody else. She doesn't have to change who she is. And there's everyone in her class are really nice people who want to be friends with her and want to make friends, because ultimately they're all in the same boat. They're all in a new high school and not everyone is having more fun than you. So I feel like this series actually becomes very consoling, and also just reminds everyone that people out there just want to be friends and want to connect with other people. It's a natural human desire, but the first couple volumes in the series definitely show Tomoko our high school debut as at her rock bottom. So volume 1 is just introducing the characters. I feel like any manga series kind of has to go through this phase in the first couple of volumes where they introduce the characters and introduce the scene, and there's not a whole lot of plot or anywhere that the series can go immediately. But I promise you, if you keep reading, you're going to enjoy this series if you've had any moment of relatability of anything that I've talked about before. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I say excited to see where this goes. I kind of know where this goes, but I'm excited to reread it, and I hope that you will consider reading this series if anything that I have said sounds interesting. If you've read this series, or at least volume 1, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.